Alright, so this next part of the build is very simple. This is nothing that hasn't been done a million times in my designs, but just in case this is the first design you stumbled on mine, what I have here is these pieces, and they're all like a giant hinge, and they fold together, and you can encapsulate things very easy that way. Things that you should know is probably this one really fits tight, and it's meant to be that way for really the sturdiness of it. So just kind of clean up any edges. You might have to clean out the holes just a little bit. I use this rasp file. I love this thing. Looks like take like 12 layers of skin off. It's one blow. Cool. Yeah, no matter how accurately you print this stuff, it's always going to have some kind of little hairs or burr or something like that that needs to be cleaned off. Okay, now it kind of works like this. So, boom, boom, just like that. That one. And this one. Now if you think you got it too tight, let's say this is not fitting correctly, just kind of swap out your pieces. They should all be the same, but sometimes, yeah, it fits a little bit better. Instead of refiling it, sometimes it's easier to do that. Now to make PLA spikes, I have a video that I usually put in with all my stuff, but basically what you do is take a piece of PLA, put it on a heat bed, or take a candle and then get it hot enough where you can go like this back and forth on a mirror, and it will straighten it right out. Then I take a soldering iron and a block of steel, and I go like this, and then go like this, and that makes a rivet head. Okay, then you can slide it into the design just like that. Now this is PLA difference. The fumes will not kill you. It's actually a corn syrup. It's still not good for you, like any kind of smoke, not good, but it will not kill you in 2 or 3 years down the road because you were stupid to keep breathing in ABS fumes. PLA, a lot more forgiving. Okay, so just like that. Perfect, perfect. I'm just going to whip through the rest of these. I've already made a few PLA spikes ahead of time. Sometimes twisting them helps them in their application. Perfect. Okay, let me just rivet those. Made some tank treads like this. You do 58 of these, you become ninja fast at it, trust me. Alright, now it works like this. The little battery box that we just made, okay, that's going to go on the end here. And it's going to go wires down like that. So that means anytime I have that situation, I'm going to have to rough it up. and I'm going to rough up the outside edge of this, or outside of this one. Now I'm using white natural ABS for a reason, because you can put LEDs in the project and then encapsulate them, and it shines through the box. I also printed this with a 3% infill and 2 solid layers, so that makes it semi-translucent a little bit. Okay, now this is something I was going to do inside the design itself, but it's so stupid simple, and I don't know where you're going to mount this half the time. Sometimes you can mount it on the other side or the bottom or whatever. So rather than make it a permanent fixture of the design, I'm just taking an X-Acto blade and I'm cutting a small, real small notch. And you can kind of see where I put that first notch right there. So I'm just notching this out. And then I'm going to put a notch right there. So that's a really small notch, right? Perfect. Now, depending on how thick a wire you're using, you know, those notches are going to have to be thicker to match the wire. But 22 gauge wire is about as thick as you can get and still work with a breadboard. Okay, not much super glue is needed here. This is not a part that moves. Just going to put those wires into place. Tip it. Alright, so there we go. Now just hold it in a few minutes and should be good to go. I'm trying to put as much of the against these and leave some cracks and crevices right here for the wires. That's just how I do it, but it fits really taut, so. Okay, just see there's some goop right there that I want to get rid of. Now, I don't have any more breadboards to put in here. Just know that it looks like this after you put the breadboards in. Those just snap into position. The last piece of the puzzle is this little track that I'm giving you. And the little track, you print it out and it gets super glued right in the middle there. That way the wires can go in and out. Without it, the wires tangle up pretty quick. So, other than that, that's the build. And you should be able to close that up. And you should have one more PLA spike. It slides right into position. And there we go. A button box. I hope you enjoyed.